Hello everyone, welcome to CAD Max Pro. So in this session we will discuss about the generative shape design, creating surface or surface toolbar tools. Okay, in the previous session we have discussed about the wireframe design. In there we had discussed some the tools which is available in the wireframe design, like how to create the point, how to create the line, plane, then projection, intersection, then parallel curve. Then you will find some advanced tool like rolling curve and 3D offset. Then we had already discussed about this circle, how to create the circle, corner, the connecting curve, and here conic. Now in this session we will discuss or we will cover the part of the surface which is available in the generative shape design. Okay, so the first option, the first tool of the generative shape design in the surface workbench, it is here extrude. So you can create the surface by extruding the profile along with the direction. You can see whenever I will click on the extrude surface definition, it is axing one of the profile. So later when we will generate the extrude or create the surface by using the extrude option, you should have the profile, and then you can go with the default direction or actual or you can give your own direction. So next you can go with types of extrude. One is your dimension. Here you can give the length of the extrude value. You have two limit. One is limit 1 in the positive side, limit 2 in the negative side, and here you can find two option. One is dimension, one is up to the element. Up to the element, the element may be the plane, line, or any geometrical set. It may be any surface. Okay, so I'm just open the data, input data, where we had performed the extrude, the first one. Okay, so I'm just creating the extrude. I have one profile. Okay, automatic by default it is taking the direction as a normal, default as a normal, but you can give as xy, x component, y component, or compass direction, or you can create a line or can create a plane for giving the direction. So if I want to give the direction of xy, you can see it is automatically change this one to xy plane. Let if I will give this direction to yz, it is not taking because it is taking intersecting. You can see yz plane it is perpendicular to each other, that's why it is not taking. You can give the zx plane also. So here I will give y component preview. Okay, now here you can find two types of limit. In the first limit is it is the length. Okay, so here I can increase and giving the length as per my choice, or you can go with mirror extent if you want to replicate the same limit opposite to each other. Or here you will find the reverse direction to make the profile reverse. Or here you can go with the up to the element. Up to the element, I don't have any element, so I am just creating one of the plane and creating the plane preview. Okay, up to the element, up to this element, the surface has been created. Now here up to the element of the second limit, let I will create a plane which is also opposite to the surface, and here the value is let 100. Preview. Okay, you can see up to that element it has created. So here I have taken the example of this plane. You can take the surface also for creating the surface. Hope there is no doubt on extrude. Then the next one is revolve. Okay, I'm just open the revolve surface. Okay, so for creating the revolve, by using the revolve command we can create the revolute surface. Okay, so for that we need a profile and a revolution axis. Here also you can find the limit dimension, means dimension in the form of angle, and up to the element similarly to the plane. But in that condition, the up to the element, it is in a linear direction, but here it is a angular direction. Okay, so check with this. I'm just selecting the profile which I have already selecting the profile. I have this revolute axis. Okay, automatically it has taken the um, limit as a dimension and given the angle 180 degree. Okay, you can see you can give the angle, or you can increase or decrease the angle of the first limit. Okay, in the second limit also you can increase or decrease by in the screen itself, or you can give the uh, value directly here. Okay, or you can go with the up to element. Let I will give this up to the element up to this plane. Okay. If it is in the angle, actually it is starting from the base plane where the point is light. Okay, in the axis system, so you can give, you can see the parallel angle has been, and it is intersecting in 90 degree. Okay, it will intersect the edge at 90 degree. Similarly in the end also it will intersect at the 90 degree. So in the meridian angle is nothing but here, this one, end mode. Okay, so you can give 360. Here I'll give the start angle will be 0, or if you can define by here itself by using this, or you can go with this, creating the holes, create the whole sphere. Here it is manually will create the sphere as per your choice, or here you can go with the whole sphere. Automatically the whole sphere will come with the radius, sphere radius. Preview. Okay, in this way we can create the sphere. The next one is your cylinder. Same for cylinder. Okay, just creating a cylinder, just deleting this, creating the cylinder. So automatically it is asking to you a point. You can see in this cylinder surface definition, it is mentioned that for creating a cylinder you need a point, direction, and the radius, first length, second length of the cylinder. Or you can give the first length, go for the mirror extent. If you want to make the change of the direction, you can go with the reverse direction. So let's check with this. Just selecting the point. I'm just giving the direction as Z. Okay, I'm just giving the direction as Z, and the radius I want to give, let 11 or 10. Length I want to give only 10, but I don't want to give the second length. I want to mirror extend. The second dead length will come automatically. Or if you want to create one side of the cylinder length and to change the direction of the cylinder, you can change it by using the reverse direction preview. Okay, the next one is offset. So you can give the offset, create the offset by using the offset. So okay, now I want the surface should have some offset, should create in some offset distance. So I will go click on this. Here it will ask you a surface and a offset. You need to give some offset value for creating the offset. Okay, so you can see the offset distance is coming downward, reverse direction. I want in a reverse direction. Just preview, you can see the offset is created with the distance of 12 mm. You can go with the both side preview. Okay, or if you want to give create repeated offset, repeated object after okay, can see check on this preview. So after okay, and you can define the number of offset which will create in new body or in the same body. If you will create in the new geometrical set, you just create a new body, click and okay, preview. You can see why the error came, because while increasing the offset, though it was intersecting to each other, that's why the offset is coming wrong. Okay, you can see I will give this offset value somewhat increase, reverse direction preview. It is creating some attempt to compute offset without this sub element failed, please change the input data. So automatically it will show you the error. If I will click OK, it will show you the error, means offset is not possible with that length because it will intersect to each other. Then the next one is your same thing you can do in the reverse direction. Then next one is variable offset. So this is very important when I think some this option will be there or not. Okay, creating okay variable offset. So I'm just deleting this offset and this offset also. I'm just going with this variable offset. Okay, so the best surface is this one. The parameter which add, okay, for variable offset we need to define some parameters. Let the sketch or okay, sketch I will give in we not in this plane. I want variable offset, this is YZ plane, creating the sketch in YZ plane. Okay, want like this, preview, sub part offset, constant border, okay, linear, Okay, this thing I will let it take to be offline because I forgot this one how to create. I will take it offline. Let's go to the other one, that is your rough offset. Rough offset is like I'm just going to this content. Okay, rough offset. I'll go to this rough here. Okay, you just can increase the value preview here. Automatic it is creating the offset value. Okay, so if the deviation which one we can give the tolerance of deviation, or here I'm just increasing this value, just increasing this. Yes, it is coming perfectly, but some tools is not there. I will just search this one here itself. Okay, yes, you can see now the surface definition is not proper. It's like a complicated or complex shape. I want to make a offset of this complicated shape, so just creating this. You can see I have given the offset value 17 and the deviation means tolerancing is 1 mm. So I can go with this reverse direction, other side just preview. So it will calculate the ROM of your machine. So you can see update in process. Automatically the offset value is means offset surface is coming with the value of 17, but this will create of 2 element. Okay, not more than that. Then it in the updating, if it is here wrong, it will directly close. It will directly close your CATIA. Okay, okay. Just increasing. Yes, it will offset of a certain limit, or in from the certain limit it will create the offset. Let I will start this with 5 mm. Maybe it won't be create the offset. Yes, it is creating. Okay, reverse direction. Okay, here you can check the deviation analysis. So for that you need to go with this value preview. You can see some here, some point it has creating some deviation. So you can check the deviation analysis by using here. Here you can see 1.75%, which is coming as a deviation. Then 1.3.4% it is coming as a red, and 0.896% it is coming as a wait. Okay, okay, like that we can create the offset of a rough offset, and here it is middle surface. Okay, later I will create one of the 3D. Okay, just creating a part. I'm just creating one of the part in part design. Just creating. Okay, going to the part design. Okay, giving the thickness value like 10 mm or 20 mm. Increasing this length. Okay, mirror extend preview. Okay, I want to create a middle surface by using this two plane. So for that we have one option. Go to the generative shape design. Here we will find the mid surface. Here my support is this one, automatic preview. I can see automatic the mid surface has been created. If I will go with this pad or hide the part body, you will find the mid surface, or you can go with face offset. Just on edit. Okay, face offset. Here you can give the offset value, and the offset face to offset is this and this preview. Now the offset value is 0.9. If I will give offset value 3. Oh sorry, this is offset ratio. Offset value let 9 mm. It will go to inside. Offset value, see, from the part of the surface it is creating the offset 23°. By using this you can cut or remove the thickness of the part. Okay, the next one is or face pair. I'm just selecting the face pair, and here the offset ratio will be performed. If it is 0.5, it will comes in the middle. If it is 0.9, it will comes in the last. With means the total thickness will divided into 10 segment. One segment will be skip and it will be come like that. Emitting preview. Okay, so you can see the plane is created in 0.9 parts from the base of the surface. Then now the most important thing is sweep. The very next important thing is sweep for creating generative shape design. Just open. Open the sweep. Generative shape design. Where is sweep? Split. Okay, sweep is not there. Yes, sweep. Okay, so before going to the sweep, so what is sweep? Sweep is nothing but a create a surface with respect to a guide curve. Okay, we can create a surface, a swept surface that is used in an explicit profile. So remember, whenever we will create a sweep, that profile must not be the T or a H shape profile. Okay, so here if I will click on this, you can find the first one is your create the sweep in explicit profile. Okay, create the sweep in explicit profile. Here you can find three types of sweep creation. Okay, the next one is create the sweep in line profile, linear profile with respect to the line profile. Then create a sweep in a circular profile. Then next one is your create a sweep in a conical profile. So most of the case this two is useful for creating the sweep. The first one is we will discuss about this first sweep, create the sweep in a explicit profile. So the first one is you can create a sweep that used a explicit profile by defining a guide curve and a reference surface. So from this section we just click on the sweep, then go with this soft type with reference surface. Okay, so I'm just selecting the profile. Let this is my profile and this is my guide curve. So if I will select this two, automatic by default the reference surface is the mean plane of the spline is control the position of the profile during the sweep. So you can see whenever the reference surface is the mean plane. If I will create the plane preview, you can see the in the guide curve itself it is creating a plane which is normal to this guide curve, and in that plane will cut the means up to that the plane up to that the surface will generated, or else let's see here I have selected this was guide curve and it has creating a plane which is normal to this guide curve, and up to this the surface has been created. Or if I for better understanding, you just change the guide curve, just selecting the guide curve. Now the surface will create up to the plane which is perpendicular to or normal to this guide curve. So I'm just creating the preview. You can see the the plane is created, sorry, the surface is created which is perpendicular to this guide curve which is intersecting the surface. Okay, so you can go with the spline. By default the spline is coming as 7. Now if I will select the this as a spline, now the guide curve is this one because you have separately defined the guide means spline as a guide curve, that is the optional element. Okay, so you can go with this, sorry, just remembering this. Okay, so now the surface will create um, with respect to the plane which is called normal to this spline. You can see which is normal to the spline. The spline which is normal to the spline. The guide curve is this one, but we have separately given the spline as a guide curve. That's why the plane which is normal to this plane, it will generate up to that plane, generate the surface up to that plane. Okay, and it will follow the path of the guide curve. Then really relimiters. Okay, if you want to zy. Okay, if you want to cut some of the portion, you can go with create the zy plane. Yes, zy plane, or else, okay, I'm just creating a plane which is offset to the zy, sorry, just offset to the zy, and here preview. Okay, and the next plane, create a plane which offset to the this preview. Okay, it will cut up to this preview. Check whether this is coming perfectly or not. You need to check that should be intersect to each other. I think it's not intersecting to each other. No, it's not intersecting to each other. So whenever you will create the plane, that should be intersect to each other. I'm just going to this again. Okay, preview. Now you can see the surface is relimited. You can go with the remove this spline. You can see the surface is created within that limit. Hope you got the concept of this. Now the next one is with two guide curve. So here I have defined, I'm just close this one, I'm just going with the guide curve with two guide curve. Yes, create the sweep by using the two guide curve. What it is there, you need a profile and it will follow the path with respect to the two guide curve, the first one and second one. You can see the guide curve is coming automatically. Preview and automatic this anchor point is coming. Remember the guide curve 1 will create a plane which is normal to the guide curve 1. Up to that the surface will be generated. Okay, you can see I'm just creating this. So here my guide curve 1 of here in this guide curve 1, the plane is created and up to that the surface is generated. If I will interchange this one, let this is 8 7 and this is 8. Now the in this guide curve, the first guide curve, the plane will created and up to that the surface will be generated. You can see the plane is created and it is follow the path of these two guide curve. Okay, you can give the you can give them manual spline for generating the guide curve, guide surface. Okay, or here you can give the position of the profile. Let I will give this position of the profile. Here profile to be extremely reverse and vertical reverse. For that we need the anchor point. Let this anchor point, the second anchor point, let this one. Okay, and preview. You can see if I will go for the profile reverse, previously it is there of this one, profile is reversed from this first axis. Okay, if I will go with this, the profile is reversed in the second axis. See, now this will be that side. Preview extremely. Okay, then vertical orientation reverse. This vertical orientation means this vertical will be reversed there. Preview. Okay, this vertical orientation is reversed. Previously means this will be rotate like this. Okay, then okay, for an anchor point we need two anchor point. So there are some certain rule for generating the anchor point, that is your forgot. Okay, the anchor point will define, let this anchor point is this one, you can see here this anchor point. So the plane will created from this anchor point. So anchor point is nothing but the intersection of the profile and the guide curve one, the first anchor point. Okay, the second anchor point will be the intersection of the anchor point which is normal to the first guide curve will cut to the second guide curve. Okay, the second anchor point will be created. We can position the profile here itself. Preview. Yes, it is coming like this, but position is not perfect. Okay, the next one is with respect to the pulling direction. So here it is more interesting thing is there, pulling direction. So I am giving the profile. Okay, then guide curve, this one, and say the surface will created with respect to this guide curve. Okay, and direction, let the direction is x. The direction, okay, the direction should be perpendicular to the head curve. See, you can see the direction. Now the direction is 0, means it has perpendicular direction. Okay, so I'm just creating the angle, some angle, the direction in change into 4. Okay, the first angle, you can see the first angle is where the angle, the actual angle. Okay, the second angle. Okay, now the now you can see the first angle, the surface is created like this. Okay, because means it is tilted to 28 degree. Okay, in the second angle it will see the this one. Okay, means it is tilted to 28 degree minus 90 degree, 28 degree minus 90 degree, the second one. Then the next one is your 28 degree plus 90 degree. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting something. Yes, yes, the first selection is normal angle value, the second selection is the 90 degree minus angle value. No, sorry, second angle is the minus angle value, means second one is your minus 28 degree, third one is your 180 plus angle value, third one will be your 180, total is 180 plus angle value. Okay, fourth one is your 180 minus angle value, this is 180 minus angle value. Okay, so this is how the angle preview is there. Then this one only, or here you can give this, you can give the spline, you want this spline preview, means if spline means here the perpendicular, here a plane create to the normal to the to this spline and it will cut the surface. You can see it is cut the surface up to this. Okay, then relimiters you can define by using this angular collection up to 0.7, we can define that one also. Then deviation guide means we can give some deviation value, means tolerance to the surface. Okay, the next one is your with the to limit. Oh, okay, with respect to the line. Okay, so in this, within the using the linear profile, we can create the sweeping out a profile in a plane normal to the spline curve while taking other user defined parameters such as guide curve and reference element into account. Okay, now I'm just creating, just selecting this explicit sweep. Okay, okay, then the next type of sweep, it is to limit. Okay, with a two limit, so I'm just selecting the first guide curve and second guide curve. Okay, first and second guide curve, we can see in the picture also the first guide curve and second guide curve, it will up to this, it will create a preview. As I said here, a plane will created normal to this guide curve, that the plane will created this. If you will interchange to each other, let this one will be the first guide curve and this one will be the second guide curve. Now the plane which is normal to this, it will create it like this. Okay, and it will create it, and here you can define the length. Now you can define the length of this, you can see 15. Okay, here in this way we can create the, then next one is limit and middle. Limit and middle same, I'm just giving this guide curve, default will be this preview, and middle means it will create the guide curve which has the second guide curve will be take as the middle, means the distance between the surface will be same with respect to the second guide curve. Then the next one is your with reference surface. Again, for that we need a surface, and go with this the different types of, here you can take the angle as the account. Okay, angle in the account for creating this. As I said, the angular sector, first one is your original angle value, second value will be your negative angle value, third one is your 180 plus angle value, fourth one is your 180 minus angle value. Then the next one is your tangency to the surface. Here you can see this, if you have a this type of a curve and you have a guide curve up to this, then two guide curve will created. Here you have some trim option also. In the first time, if you will go to this, means automatically it will merge to this surface. Then the with draft direction, again there are some types of length can create with draft direction. G1 continuity also there, G1 continuity in the sense it will be a point continuity, sorry, tangency continuity. Then the next one is here with two tangency surface. With two tangency surface, you can give this